firstly, Nama comrade. Abancame into zabo, ingxaki zabo, ukuza kule ntlanganiso ye-party. Today, as we mark the 104 years, standing on the established protocol as led by our General Secretary, the upright General Secretary, Comrade Mabhida, to acknowledge the provincial leadership as led by Baba Mthembu and the district leaders. I would have seen a number of party cadres from, of course, other provinces. I noticed a number of our comrades, district chair, district secretary in Mpumalanga. We have seen our party, and importantly, let me start off there to say our party is a unitary party. Our party is not a federal party. So the presence of our comrades here suggests and reinforces that fact. It is a fact. Our party is not federal. Our party is a unitary party. And we want to emphasize as we start that any revolution that negotiates its fundamentals, it is no longer a revolution. That is our starting point. As a Young Communist League, we want to say we support the South African Communist Party and wishes it well on the 104 anniversary, as staged here in KwaZulu-Natal, Moses Mabhida province. We want to say a critical coincidence that the party hosts its 104 anniversary here, when the YCL was just marking 105 years of Umtala Herigwala here in UNIZUL. And we want to say we align ourselves with the South African Communist Party in this theme that we have got to intensify the class battle for a meaningful working class representation, and such that we are able to ultimately not only alleviate but to end poverty. We associate ourselves with that particular political line. It was Lud One who said the cadres are the main source of the line, and a good line produces good cadres. We want to emphasize that this is the line that we are demanding a meaningful working class representation. It cannot be that the working class are in majority, but the levers of government, the levers of state are in control of the elites. That is our starting point as the Young Communist League this morning. We therefore say Marxism teaches us that without identifying the enemy and understanding the terrain, we cannot wage a meaningful or a serious revolution. In our country today, that the enemy is a system of monopoly capital, as we have identified, owned and directed by a small elite of corporate bosses, banks and global investors, and the state machinery that defends their interests, seen by government of neoliberal unity of late. Comrades, if we fail in confronting capital directly, the working class will remain without direct governing voice, as it is the case now. Parliament and cabinet are dominated by individuals who bend to the will of the same class interest. It was Marx who told us that the ruling ideas are of the ruling class. The 2024 elections gave us a government of neoliberal unity, built around Democratic Alliance, IFP, Patriotic Alliance, Freedom Front Plus, which our General Secretary aptly captured, that it was a choice, a political choice our comrades made on our behalf, all of us. These are parties hostile to the program of the National Democratic Revolution. This so-called GNU is a tactical arrangement to keep the state captured by capitalist class, while the majority are told about strategic setbacks. Analysis without action, comrades, is abstraction. We have been analyzing from Ngo here. If we know the enemy and understand the terrain, then we must strike with precision and conviction. For more than a century, we have been organizing workers in factories, mines, in fields, on campuses, and in communities. Now, as we enter this new phase, an epoch-making decision has been taken by the party. The SACP on the ballot in its own name. We've seen in Seshuo, a post-Metsimaholo precedence has been established. This is the most logical extension of our historical mission and revolutionary program. The party on the ballot must inspire communities to become councillors and local government officials who demonstrate the difference between a capitalist municipality and a socialist one. In most municipalities, the trust in traditional parties have collapsed. We have seen in the 3 election cycles about 1/5 of voters are no longer participating. Communities governed by syndicates and mafias with the recent revelations, where tenders have replaced planning and people live in permanent blackout and water shortages. It's a lived experience. It's no longer just statistics. These are the front lines of our campaign. And where we govern, we must place public maintenance brigades, worker-led infrastructure cooperatives, transparent budget forums at the center of our delivery models. We are calling for a state-led employment guarantee for young people. 20 million of them here in South Africa, destitute, desperate, and despairing by day, not as statistics, daily lived reality. So it is for that reason we are supporting our party. We must intensify, deepen, advance, and defend the National Democratic Revolution, which has been sold at the hands of GNU. Where the capitalists disinvest, we have got to reindustrialize through worker and community vehicles, local development plans. So we didn't want to belong communities, but our emphasis is that we as young people associate ourselves with the ideas of socialism, primarily because we are confident that in a socialist Republic of South Africa, there will never be what is called, not in education, employment, and training, there will never be poverty, inequality. So we say we are fully behind the South African Communist Party, and we call all and sundry to join the South African Communist Party as it intensifies the call for class representation meaningfully to end poverty.